The idea that cats have 9 lives is one of those sayings that's so deeply embedded in our culture, we rarely stop to ask where it came from. It's not just a modern cartoon trope, it's an ancient piece of folklore, a whisper that has followed felines through centuries and across civilizations. The origin isn't a single story, but a convergence of ancient religion, remarkable biology, and the power of numbers. The strongest and oldest thread leads back to ancient Egypt. For the Egyptians, cats weren't just pets, they were sacred. They were protectors of the home from pests like snakes and rodents, and this practical role elevated them to a divine status. The goddess Bastet, a figure of home, fertility, and protection, was depicted with the head of a cat. But the connection to the number 9 likely comes from an even more powerful deity, the sun god Atum-Ra. According to Egyptian mythology, Atum-Ra was the creator god who brought forth 8 other gods, forming a group of 9 deities known as the Ennead. Atum-Ra was said to embody all 9 of them. In one particular story, Atum-Ra takes the form of a cat to journey into the underworld and defeat the Serpent of Darkness, Apep. This divine cat, representing the unified power of the 9 great gods, could be seen as having 9 lives in one. The association was powerful. A cat embodied the very essence of the sun god, a being with 9 forms, or 9 lives. Of course, mythology needs a kernel of truth to survive, and anyone who has lived with a cat has seen the uncanny resilience that fuels this legend. Their survival skills are genuinely extraordinary, and it's all down to their unique physiology. The most famous ability is the righting reflex. This is an innate instinct that allows a cat to orient itself during a fall. Using their incredibly sensitive inner ear for balance and a uniquely flexible spine with more vertebrae than a human's, they can twist their body in midair, a half twist of the front followed by a half twist of the back to ensure they land on their feet. But it gets even more interesting with high falls. A 1987 study published in the Journal of the American Veterinarian Association looked at 132 cats that had fallen from buildings in New York City. The results were startling. 90% of the cats survived. Even more bizarre, the cats that fell from greater heights, specifically above 7 stories, actually sustained fewer injuries than those that fell from lower heights. The theory is that after falling a certain distance, a cat reaches terminal velocity, about 60 miles per hour. At this point, it stops accelerating. The cat seems to sense this, relaxes its body, and spreads its legs out like a flying squirrel. This not only increases drag, slowing the fall slightly, but it also distributes the force of impact across its entire body, rather than concentrating it on its legs. It's this combination of reflex and physics that makes them such incredible survivors. Interestingly, the number 9 isn't universal. In many Spanish-speaking countries, as well as in Brazil, Greece, and parts of Italy, cats are said to have 7 lives. 7, like 9, is a number with deep mystical and religious significance in many cultures, often associated with luck, creation, and perfection. In some Turkish and Arabic legends, the number is 6. This variation shows that the specific number is less about observation and more about cultural numerology. Societies pick a number that already holds a special significance and map it onto the cat's observed toughness. In the English-speaking world, the number 9 was firmly cemented in the public consciousness by the 16th century. William Shakespeare used the proverb in Romeo and Juliet, when Tybalt, a member of the Capulet family, confronts Mercutio. Mercutio mockingly calls him the king of cats and challenges him, saying he wants to take one of his 9 lives. The fact that Shakespeare could use the line without explanation shows that his audience was already completely familiar with the concept. This period also offers a much darker interpretation. While the Egyptians revered cats, medieval Europe often associated them with witchcraft and paganism. Black cats in particular were seen as familiars, demonic spirits in animal form that assisted witches. A persistent piece of folklore from this era claimed that a witch could shapeshift into a cat, but only 9 times. So ending a cat's life might not kill the witch, but it would use up one of her precious transformations. In this context, the 9 lives are not a gift of divinity, but a finite count of a witch's supernatural escapes. It's a fascinating twist where the same myth is born from both reverence and fear. The cat's resilience is interpreted either as a sign of divine protection or as evidence of dark magic.